across town. She don't stand no fooling around. My baby told me we could make it somehow. There ain't no time like it is right now. I'm taking care of business.
Hi, and welcome to Old School Blues Guitar. It is time for the featured chord lesson for the months of April through June 2018. And in this series of lessons, what I'm trying to do is just introduce you to the different chords that are commonly used in old school electric blues guitar. And some of you may know these chords already. No need to go through these lessons. Most of these are for beginners or people who are new to the music. And sometimes you hear chords and you're just not sure what they are. So this is to help you identify chords. Our featured chord this time around is going to be the sixth chord. And in electric blues, there's a certain way that you hear this chord used. So we're going to use B flat as our reference. And this would be a B flat major chord. We're playing a straight bar or an F shape. And to make a B sixth, all we do is take our pinky and stick it in there. So this is a B flat major chord, and I'm going to put my pinky on the second string, 8th fret. Here's a B flat major. Here's a B flat 6. B flat 7th, I'd slide my pinky to the 9th fret. So you got three different chords you can play there. Now the 6th chord is often used as a rhythm chord. Sometimes in more swingy blues, like there's a Freddie King song called Taking Care of Business. I think it's in the key of D, but he uses these kind of swinging 6th chords. Actually, his rhythm guitar player probably does that. It's got a really neat swing sound to it. And all you do is find the first position bar chord and stick the pinky on the second string. There are different ways to play this chord. And one way is to take the same basic shape and what I call just abbreviate it. And now I'm going to make that same chord with 3 fingers. And what I've got is my first finger on the 6th fret, 1st string, my second finger on the 7th fret, 3rd string, and my ring finger on the 8th fret of the 2nd string. And this is a shape you hear used as a sliding chord like this. There's a old Fenton Robinson song from the early 60s or 50s called You've Got to Pass This Way Again. And he starts out with these really cool sliding 6 chords. Chuck Barre used these a lot in his bluesier tunes. And all I'm doing is taking it from the B flat or B6 position and just take it down 2 steps and then pick the 3rd string with the downstroke and the upstroke, get the rest of it. What I'm doing there is downstroke, upstroke, downstroke. Downstroke or upstroke. And that's something you hear sometimes, a little more common in soul music, but sometimes you hear guys use the abbreviated form of that with just 2 strings, the 3rd and the 1st string. You hear how that sounds, and then you throw in that 2nd string. Really kind of cool. So you play that over the first position. So if we want to go to the 4, B flat is the 1, the 4 would be E flat. We just do the same thing over this, which is the E flat 6th. Now there's some variations on the 6th chord that you can also use. One that I like to use is a 3-fingered version of it. Also the same shape you use for a minor chord. So if I put these 3 fingers here, my first finger on the 10th fret of the 1st string, second finger on the 11th fret of the 2nd string, 3rd finger on the 12th fret of the 3rd string. This is a G minor, but it's also a B flat 6. So we got this, same as this, and this. So those are 3 different ways you can play the B flat 6. How do you find that? So you find, whoops. So here's the first position bar chord, You go 1, 2, 3, 4. Or you can just remember that when you're playing in B flat, your sixth shape is over the G minor. Kind of neat. Now there's one other way you can play a sixth chord here, and that is to just bar the top 3 strings on the 3rd fret. So that is a B flat 6. Just like that. Just like that. And that one in electric blues, I don't recall using that much. That's more of a jazzy thing. This is the main one. As a swing chord, or sometimes B.B. King would punctuate his single string runs like throw that chord in there, you know, in between notes that he plays. Really cool stuff. And if you listen long enough somewhere in electric blues stuff, especially the West Side stuff, Freddie King is one I think of the most, but I'm trying to think of other guys that I've heard use that. T-Bone Walker maybe. Can't think of anything offhand right now. I've known in Sonny Boy Williamson's songs, Robert Lockwood uses the 6th chord here and there, and others. But it's a chord that you can use and you hear, especially if you're playing a swing. When you go to the 4, instead of going to the E flat 6, usually what you end up doing is go to a 9th. Back to the 6. When you go to the 5, again, use a 9th. But the 6, the B6, B flat 6, is usually used as the 1. Now you can also play the 6 like this, but that's more the jazzy form. Other than maybe a Pee Wee Crayton song here or there, I can't think of any electric blues tunes where they actually used that before 1965 or so. Maybe afterwards you can find some examples. So the 6th chord, B flat 6th is our reference. You can move this chord all over the neck, anywhere you've got a first position F-shaped bar chord, you can make a 6th chord out of it. Hope this lesson is useful, especially you're getting started into this kind of music. You want to build your chord vocabulary as much as possible. Learn all the chords you can, and that just gives you a lot more versatility in your rhythm playing, and also helps you understand a lot more, you know, the scales when you can play solo stuff and where you can play and all that. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this lesson. I'll be back again with another featured chord in a couple months. See you then.